wonderful, sweet baby. So today I wanted to talk about a woman's experience of pretty privilege and her explaining the disadvantages of being pretty. So she pretty much first off started by explaining how being pretty, there are so many privileges to it. And, she listed the things that are the advantages of being pretty. So she stated that, of course, with her being a beautiful woman, she does experiencing getting, things for free. She does experiencing getting more, advantages of people assisting her in different ways. As far as like different work and things of that nature, I'm just kind of summing up the basis of what she's saying, but there are a lot of advantages of being pretty. And most of it is pretty much like free food, drinks, you could get hotels for free. You really could get a ton of things for free, and people do treat you differently when you are pretty. So for example, if you are a beautiful woman and you're struggling with something, of course somebody might actually come help you because they're looking at you're actually beautiful. Maybe I could snag your number after this. Compared to if, maybe you're not as attractive, maybe you may not get those privileges. Then she went on to explain the disadvantages and pretty much explained that, some of the disadvantages are you do get raped, you do get groped on, you do get approached by people that are just extremely aggressive to a point in which you wouldn't wish that on nobody. And you do get scammed in ways in which people are, at the end of the day, trying to get the peach emoji from you. So her goal was pretty much to let people know that, yes, of course, you get a lot of advantages of being pretty, but there are so many disadvantages as well. So here's my thoughts. I looked in the comments because I was thinking to myself, yes, finally someone spoke out in regards to this. There should be a ton of women that can understand where she's coming from. And honestly, there were not. Now, it may be because I was looking at this on its own site, and maybe the audience of the women on its own site are just not, experiencing this because maybe they look a little bit not like they get pretty privilege. But honestly, when I heard her speaking, I was like, oh my God, finally there's someone that truly understands what we go through. Because even though I come on TikTok and I just look basic and like this, baby, outside of this, I put everything on, okay? The face, the body, everything's on, okay? But I digress. So I definitely understood everything that she was coming from here because these types of things happen to me every single time that I walk out the door. Even with me just looking regular like this. So imagine what happens when I'm actually wearing beautiful clothes, having my hair done amazingly, lashes, and just lip gloss, because that's really all I do. It's a whole nother ball game. There was even a extremely big backed woman that expressed to her that she wasn't even that pretty. When I tell you this woman looked like Sid the Sloth, but Sid the Sloth after eating 12 billion cheeseburgers, I was like, how are you the one to speak on someone's looks? This woman is absolutely stunning, and I just can't believe that women themselves are not understanding that we go through these things. They just only want to bash women for being pretty, and that's it. Do you think that it is a privilege to go out and have people catcalling at you and then being disrespectful to you when you don't want to acknowledge them? No, it is quite scary because then you have to walk back to your car and hope and pray that this man isn't crazy enough to follow you. And honestly, if I'm honest, it was a lot of women that were of darker complexions complaining about her. Because a lot of women that are in our community, like the Black community, they like to bash lighter complexioned women as if we are the only women that suffer from pretty privilege half of the time. And it's so unfortunate because I'm like, if they would look past the, complexion spectrum and actually look at things from a perspective of a woman, then maybe, things would make more sense to them. Are we literally asking to be this complexion? We're not. And I'm pretty certain that you're not asking to be your complexion either. But it's just frustrating how women can't really just stick together simply because, we're women at the end of the day. We have to judge things by are you caramel complexion? Are you paper bag complexion? Are you light toast complexion or burnt toast complexion? She was even explaining how it's even hard to have friends because of being beautiful, which definitely makes sense as well, because you could be dressed completely pretty and then there will be a woman that looks at you crazy simply because you look cute that day. Like, girl, what? I could tell you the store that I got it from if you really want to hate that bad. And I know there's probably more than likely going to be a ton of women under this video as well that complain, but B-word, I don't give an F. At the end of the day, I said what I said and I stand with this girl, and, hopefully things get better and, women stick together a little bit more. But with the way that times are going, things are just going to get worse. But that's my opinion. What's yours?